Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Stock Market Technical Analysis Daily for Friday, February the 12th, 2021. Yes, we are already Friday, meaning the week has gone, folks. Oh boy. I don't know about you, but sometimes I cannot even remember what I traded on Monday. So I was thinking on my way to sitting here to say, okay, how am I going to do a recap of the week or something? So the title of the week, or based on even yesterday, as some of the trade that for us we made was like, yeah, there was a way to make money yesterday in the market or this week in the market, provided you were not allergic to puts. Speaking of which, well, I don't know, Miss Festus, I don't know if I remember, but you were one of the person who was sharing with me that puts. I don't know how you have evolved with enjoying puts lately. So yeah, yesterday was not a bad day at all on the put side. To be honest with you, I mean some stock were bullish like Western Digital, but it went both directions as usual. This is the second time in as many weeks where we are touting Western Digital making money for both direction. On the put side yesterday, one of the best trades was what? Let's say, oh yeah, the cannabis stock. Yeah, definitely. Tilray, ACB, those were the two that we're using. We didn't use Alpha, the third one. Remember, we added these cannabis stock at the beginning of the week. Well, that patient pay up. The other trade was DraftKings. Yeah, DraftKings, the 59 puts. The patients paid. They pay nicely. So, folks, in the Stock Technical Analysis Daily this morning, let's try to see how to close the week, knowing that we know that Tuesday will not, no, Tuesday will be the next opportunity since the market it closed on Monday, February the 15th, in observance of President's Day. I believe is George Washington birthday. All right, okay. Folks, what do we have in store for you today? Yeah, I wanted to try to answer the question that has come because I keep seeing that when I notice things that we can incorporate in our strategies or techniques, definitely I ought to be talking about them, right? One of the questions that I've gotten recently, I don't remember the trader, or it was even a few traders asking that, hey, is there a strategy how we can identify stock that are gapping? Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, they are trend, per se, but I haven't really uh, done research to quantify it specifically. But folks, let's take a look at this morning or this week, and let's go through a few charts to show you those stocks, right? Those stocks actually, some of, I think at least three of them, they happen to be in the so-called crypto list that we created. Like every single morning, I wake up, the first gappers that I see, they are always those stocks. So yes, we can put that in application on here, and because there is no predicting for the earnings one what's going to happen, but we know that there has been so much interest around cryptocurrency recently, like all the stock related to that. Crypto trade 24 hours a day. So imagine the knowledge that I'm giving you, we're going to be talking about here today. You can put it in application at the end of today's trading session, meaning that Tuesday, by the time the stock market opened on Tuesday, crypto will have traded the entire weekend and then some. Yeah, so you will have, if you're interested into starting the week with a mover. Now we're not. The problem is that I'm not gonna be able to tell you that. Oh, this is the direction that they go. Yeah, so meaning that you need to be willing to have an open mind and to set up your trade accordingly. We teach that on here at Successful Trading. Oh, that's why some of the folks you see in the chats, they came here for that learning. So we say hello to Beautiful Gates. Zobon is number one today in the chats, in the live chat. Good morning, sir. How are you? Miss Festus, Miss Marcy, how are you? And Mr. Andrew. Folks, these are like the quorum of the partner of Successful Trading YouTube channel. So at this time, if you have a stock that you want us to take a look at as we approach 8:55 Eastern Time in New York and in Montreal, we will definitely take a look at that. We have quite a few that for us we wanted to glance at here. So let's start with our usual 30,000 feet view using the equity. Yeah, speaking of stock that, oh my goodness, I've completely forgot about this one. I didn't even bring it up in as a potential gangster today. Oh my God, this market is just too much. Oh boy. Okay, let me write them down here such that I don't forget about them. Wow, this is just too much. This is just too much. Okay. All right. So let's start with SPY, QQQ, and IWM as we usually do here very quickly. Here's what we have been talking about, right? So the last 4 days have been mostly sideways. There is a big move pending, folks. We have been teased, I think, like 2 consecutive days now. Yeah, the candle that you're looking at, look at the color and size of this candle. The remarkable thing on here is that's for me, that strike me looking at these last 2 candles of SPY is, well, the price movement, meaning the bodies of the candle have not been that much, except meaning when Wednesday, for instance, on the 10, yeah, because we gap up. But what's striking me is that we have gone down, SPY has gone down, posted a low, yeah, and that low did not sustain, meaning it found buyers. Yeah, this pattern on here, and I mean that has been typical here. Look at the number of candles where SPY goes down, meaning it posts a low, and then just to find that hey, it actually closes green. And not only SPY, you're going to see that on QQQ shortly also. The question here is, they could be buying time, yeah. So finding support at the yellow line EMA 8. We are familiar with that, right? And then in the meantime, the Bollinger Band are expanding. So before we know it, the next Bollinger Band here, 393 is the upper one. We have traded at 392.28. So next week, either after this sideway go down or similar to somewhere here, after this sideway here for 5 days, we came down. So if you had to ask me, I don't know, folks, right? So meaning for me, studying pattern on here, my bet is that if nothing happens today, we are going to have a gap on Tuesday. And that gap, based on here, maybe it's going to be on the downside. But if we can set up our trade accordingly, you take a stronghold, my friend. Let's say, depending wherever a SPY closes today, if let's say it doesn't have a substantial move, you trade it for Tuesday or even bits or Wednesday, then in that case, you use ATR, 4 times number of days to expiration, and we will see how that transpires. Okay, so quickly, that's what how SPY is. So we will be looking at any type of move today, today's expiration on all of them. SPY, QQQ, the IWM, they are all games. Yep, QQQ, same thing. The dip wasn't that much yesterday, but hey, this consolidation on here, this is 4 consecutive days not doing much. We expect a move on here in either direction, but we really do not know how they're gonna break it down. And if I told you that I had a crystal ball to be predicting which direction, I will be lying. But I know how to trade it even in anticipation of which direction, because the move is going to be violent enough that such that if you are set up properly, the winning direction will offset the other direction. Here is our friend IWM. Same thing, dip yesterday. So here, after 2 days, you don't really have a trend, but the trend could be here that we are posting lower highs and lower lows. So meaning today, if we are to break below 223.42, well, basically let's put it at 222.75, because that's the yellow line exponential moving average 8 period there. If IWM find itself there, then the trend becomes bearish. As simple as that. All right. So that's conclude the part about the stock market technical analysis part about the ETF. Mostly those are the one. Let me see here. The one that's maybe sometimes I really regret that I'm not spending time on. It's XOP. Yeah, I mean XOP. Here it is. This one is all on energy stocks, right? It's a mover, really. It's the typical move because it's a smaller price, $73 for something. This one went through reverse split, folks, if you remember, sometime last year, because it was really depreciating. So they did a reverse split. So since then, actually, believe it or not, at the time, this thing was going nowhere. So it was really plummeting. Actually, I think even the date here, March, was it before March that they did the reverse split? Because this thing was like $7 from its original type of price, and then has just been streaking down there. So it's itself, especially on days like Fridays, there are ways to make money on it. It's just that implied volatility and everything. I mean, there's so many ways to trade, so many opportunities to trade, right? Sometimes I just overlook some of those moves, and then sometimes I see them move, I'm like, oh, geez, that was an easy trade or something. But that's another ETF for you to take a look at. It typically move on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, the energy administration gets to provide numbers about how much reserve in terms of oil that there are. So on a weekly basis, Wednesday 7:30 is it that will be 10:30 Eastern time when that report comes. Usually even before that, because traders know that, traders who like trading oil stock and the like, they trade this. I haven't traded it in a couple of years. Well, no, maybe not a couple of years. Maybe sometime last year I stopped being consistent trading it. All right, which that's people have been consistently trading left and right stock related to crypto. So those stock, folks, we gave you 4 of them, and we're going to give them to you again, such that you can make them actionable going into next week, the long week. As we say that, we say hello to Mr. Wayne, who just walked in, and Mr. Mr. Wayne is he's familiar with one of them. That we put as stock of the week, option chart of the week, because I look at the option chart of RIOT, right? RIOT is the stock that's we're talking about on here. It has been one of those weeks on it. There was a way pretty much to make money on it in either direction each day of this week. Yeah, let's illustrate on here. And provided you were not allergic to puts. Again, so this is how the stock has traded since last Monday, which looks like a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Yeah, so last Friday we closed, the RIOT closed at $23 something, and then it gapped on Monday at 27. That gap led it was a bullish move the entire day from 27.30 to 32.90. Yeah, and then the next day gapped again after a close of 32.79. This was the 10 bagger that Mr. Wynn shared with us, right? Mr. Wynn was trading the 40 calls, right, that he puts inside of the Discord on there. So then Wednesday, they actually filled the gap. So open much lower than the close on Tuesday at 41.88. We opened at 37, putting a low of 32.25. My friend, that low was bought big time. And yesterday, it just shot up, closing Wednesday at 36, opening Tuesday at 42, going to posting a high of 46. So this morning, where do you think that is starting? It's starting exactly at the highest price that it went yesterday. Haba. The 40 call contract expiring February 12th. The option chain, actually, we're going to take the time to go inside of Power Trade and look at the option chain. They're relatively liquid. I mean, some of the spread are a little bit bad, but you can find a nice spread on it. Trust me, this man's not about it. So this stock really, for me, I'm going to be paying more attention to it. I kid you not. From where I stand, you know, right? The stock is trading outside of the upper Bollinger, my friend. We love that here. Telex loves that. So the ATR here, one of the questions, hey Telex, which ATR you use? We use the most recent ATR. So over the last 4 days here, what has been the ATR? 27 to 32, that's $5. $5 may not mean that much, but $5 on a $30 stock, folks. That's a lot of good wahala. Yeah, so that's $5 on here in terms of ATR. The next day, 35.56.41, that's $6. The next day, between the low and the high, well, you can't tell me which one happened first. So let's assume that they went high first. Doesn't matter. If they posted 39 first from the open at 37, and then they went to the low, that's, my friend, that's $7. Thank you. Have a nice day. And then that low was bought to close at 36, meaning you had a chance on Wednesday, while Wednesday. This is a candle that typifies. Yeah, this is the very embodiment of while Wednesday, meaning that a stock that's capable of posting a high, a high that's so far away from the starting point, and posting a low that's so far away. So you end up with a candle like this. That's just like both bulls and bears, they had their chances. So those stocks are very nice to trade. So I am all in. So I'm all sold in RIOT. This morning, I don't think that I went ahead and put it as a gangster trade. Why not, my friend? So here you are, live or at Successful Trading, exactly at 9:05 Eastern Time. Let's go ahead. I haven't studied well, we can just derive them here. And actually, let me do live on here how we go about deriving the strike price, such that we just say that the the ATR, the recent ATR, right? Meaning there's no need for me to go to Finviz and look at the ATR, because Finviz, if I say ATR over the last 7 days, is going to be including this one. That's not reflective of the recent momentum that this stock is displaying. We just showed you that the ATR, the recent ATR here is $5, $6 or $7 in certain day. So fantastic. Where are we starting this morning? According to pre-market, though those things are very, very likely subject to change, right? Did you guys see Tilray yesterday? up big in pre-market, and before the market opened, it completely reversed. Wow. So, and we talked about that. We said the late action in pre-market usually indicates the direction. So this is a trick that you can use, especially for those of us who trade gangster, right? So yeah, we can wait literally the last 7-10 minutes. That's what for us. We stop this show typically at 9:20. They're about to give you enough time. You take a look at, this is how the stock has been moving in pre-market. The most likely direction is this one, but we still, because we are no fool, we still take the trade in both the calls and the puts in the gangster trade. So our friend RIOT is starting this morning at $46.60. All right, let's call it 47. Yeah, so let's call it 47. And we know that the recent ATR is about $6. Yeah, we only have 1 day to expiration left. But now look at what's going to happen. So if we apply this purely, yeah, and trust me, I'm doing this exercise live. So I'm going to slow down and make sure that the knowledge is fully transferred, because each and every one of us, if you want to trade against a trade, you have to do but it's not that difficult, really. How long is it going to take us? 2 minutes to find 2 or 3 strike price in each direction. ATR multiplied by the number of days to expiration, we have 1 day. Yeah, so normally that will give us on the upside 47 plus ATR, that's $53. Okay, $53 as a center of the call side. On the put side, that will be $47 minus ATR, 47 minus 6, that's put off at $41. Okay, fantastic. Now we haven't, I don't know as of now what's the price of those options as of yesterday, but we are going to, when we finish here, let's go through some other stock on here. Just put down 53 and 41 as centering prices for puts and call on RIOT, and depending on the price, we will need to pick 2 other strike price. And what adjustment we can make here? The adjustment we can make here, and this is something that we need to think of, right? If these options, if they are too expensive for our range for gangster trade between 1 cent and 1 cent, trust me, 1 cent is possible. Hint, try a stock call. Well, we put it in our Discord, right? We will talk about that stock next. It had ER yesterday. Let me put it here. I have right now 5 stocks to talk about, and I haven't even looked at the live dive. So back to RIOT on here, 41.53. But here's the thing. If the stock start moving in any given direction, here's what will happen, right? It doesn't matter how far away you are out of the money in the direction that is moving, your option is going to be making money. So based on that principle, that's why it's just a guidance to use the ATR, but don't be stopped by that. I must absolutely be at 41 and 43. So for me on here, I can actually say $10 overall. So $10 then give you a further range. So for the number, so on the put side, that's going to be at 37. And then on the call side, that's going to be at 57. Okay, so now you see, I have 37 and 41 on the put side. And then I have 53 and 57. Okay, those 2 starting points. So now I have to strike price in either direction. So either pick something in the middle, or I can go further, because I always like round numbers. I can go 60. So I have 53, 57, 60 on the call side on RIOT. And then on the put side, 41, 37. And what's the closest one on there? Maybe 35 or even 30. Yeah. And you put those 3 strike price on there, you could get a feel, my friend, and before you know it, on a Friday expiration, you're gonna be doing this. Or even you could get entries in both directions. And we know this type of stock, right? This stock is telling me, based on how it moves on here, I need to be very, very ready to make money on the call side and on the put side. All right, so hopefully that's was helpful to somebody other in trade land. And Mr. Wayne wrote, Mr. Wayne is helping us here. Mr. Wayne is saying that the 53 strike is 41 cents. That was yesterday. That was yesterday, right? That was yesterday at the close, because we don't have the price as of this morning. Since then, this stock is up 10%, so meaning that it will be way more expensive than 41. So that tells us that our 53, realistically, we will not be able to get a feel in our range for the Ganster between less than 25 cents per se, because yesterday already was 41 cents and up 10% today. Even though theta decay will bring that a little bit down, at least and the 41 puts were at $1.41. Yeah, so that's a no-go. So hence we need further out of the money strike, and that's okay. That's okay as long as we control our risk on that trade. So in that case, then we will see in a bit. So that's RIOT. It's part of those stocks that are moving based on what's going on with cryptocurrency. Another one that has been on a tear just doing that, and my friend, I have no, this one I have no excuse. Look at the gap on this thing. PayPal, folks. PayPal has been wild. It pays to trade, well, to do business with PayPal. I should know, right? Most I use PayPal as a POS, a point of payment for this business. So, oh my goodness. It hasn't been a straight line always, meaning not every day is green, like another stock that I'm going to show you shortly on here. But PayPal is moving. Well, yesterday got rejected at 302. Today, it's gapping up again. It's gapping up $7 compared to the close yesterday. Yeah, it's about 3 point something percent. But my friend, on a Friday like this, it's a Ganster trade. No doubt about it. You do the exercise. PayPal is a candidate for a Ganster trade. Such is the case for its closer relative, Square. So these are racing to 300. And you know, typically, folks, stocks that have do this, by the time they get to 300, we have seen Twilio do that. We have seen, who was it that? Adobe did that a further away. ADSK is another stock that's currently trying to do that. WD, Workday is another stock that we identified those fast-moving stock, my friend. They let them, Wall Street just love them. They just let them fly as if there's no resistance whatsoever. So Square, PayPal, they are candidates for you and I on here this morning. And overall, as gappers, each and every day at the end of the day, you ask yourself, especially on the long weekend that's coming, RIOT, PayPal, Square, those three at least you can consider as gappers, potential gappers overnight. All right, so we conclude that part. Let's go to Finviz. Very quickly. We go to Finviz. It's 9:12 Eastern time. That means it's 3:12 in my beloved city of Douala. All right. What type of wahala is Finviz giving us this morning in terms of stock that are moving? Okay, SPCE, Virgin Galactic. We actually made money yesterday on calls that have been sitting idle for a while on SPCE. I kid you not. It was toward the close, right? And then this is what we wake up this morning. Here the news on here. If I'll spend that much time on that. This guy, they were scheduling a mission. A launch mission, right? You know the business that they're into space, and I don't know if they canceled the mission was supposed to be for this weekend or they postpone it. I'm not sure. That's why the stock is reacting that way. Well, we have some puts left, so let's see what transpired there. Okay, Tilray. All right, Tilray. So we banked yesterday on the puts, and what we did at the end of the session was that when we have a position that made us money, right? And we don't want to leave that much on. So you can close that position and use part of your profit to pick a much cheaper strike. That's how we set up ourselves yesterday on Tilray. So this morning it's down -8%. I think we were trading the 20 puts. No, the 25 put. Is that the 25 put? If that's a 25 put, then this is... I think we were trading the 25 put throughout the day. We made money on it because they went all the way to 88 cents. So we closed those, and then we picked the 20 put. So now we're starting at $29 on here, or -8%. Let's see what's right. I mean, it's Friday, my friend. Any stock that's moving, it's definitely game. So that's how we view it here. This market has just... Hello. Who do we have here on top today for the bullish one, other than RIOT? QS. Long time no talk. But this one, the spread are nasty a little bit on this one, right? Long time no see here. So, and again, look at the chart. Long long-time consolidation, easy for me to say, between $45 and $50, and then it's just poking its head at 50. Here's another gapper that you have seen. So if you can be patient, let's say if you want to trade a stock like US, you put an order in that you're a limit order that you want to spend, and you just wait for it to come there based on your study that, hey, maybe the stock will hit a support level. Because if you're trying to chase it, or you just gangster trade it, yeah, you can gangster trade it on a given day, because we control what limit order that you are picking in, because the spread are just a little bit to what. So here's Chortree Capital again. This one has been popping left and right, going higher and higher throughout the month of February. Actually, since 2021, since mid-January, there it went from $10, $33. What's the limit on this? These are the stock that we have seen. Let me bring the chart of CCIV there again. So let me move this up so that you guys can see it. You see where this thing is right now. Okay. It put in a high at 35. Then that was a resistance level, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, came back, got support at 30 thereabout. This stock is about ready to pop again. We have seen this pattern many times on here. You can see it on this very chart at 20 level, and then it did it again at 25. So here is doing it at 30. So you can go crescendo, picking strike price just by step of the precedent move. So it has moved bullishly from 20 to 30. It has moved bullishly from 10 to 20. So the next stop on here will be 40, 45, and the like. You can trade those with the 50 calls with the timeline based on the study of the chart. We see Mara on here. PayPal obviously is another mover on here. All right, folks, let me just take a look here very quickly on the live chat. Mr. Wayne, SPCE, yeah, we talked about it. There was a question by Old School Ticker. No, the ticker that Mr. Wayne is putting the strike price there was RIOT. Yeah, and we just briefly talk about SPCE, Virgin Galactic. Okay, very quickly here, let's take a look here and conclude that, because that's one we didn't give the levels in our Discord room. Actually, I don't even think I wrote it, but I really want this RIOT trade to see. Okay, here's you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Here's the option chain for RIOT. So the 53 call, because I was on there. Well, okay, Mr. Wayne, you well, yeah, this is the level that he was giving us, right? So yesterday, the last both option on this here was 39 cents, at least on mine. In his, maybe it was 41. That's, you see, just difference in broker. But look at the range. The bid and the ask, they were quite wide. That's what I was talking about. That some of them, they're like, yeah, depending on where you buy this thing. So here, the stock is up $3. The delta is 5. So this is where I can do my extrapolation, if you will, meaning I'm multiplying $3 up by the 5% on here. So that's at 15 cents on there. So the 53 calls on here, you can potentially they potentially will be worth, let's say 40 cents plus 15, about 50 to 60 cents, really, realistically. So hence, for us, we will have no chance trying to get them for less than 20 cents, for instance. But if we are to consider, and this is the biggest strike that they're giving us, so hence, you see, folks, the math that we did, if you remember 3-4 minutes ago, we went from 53, 57, and 60. Well, the biggest true strike price that they're giving, or the market makers are giving us here today, are 60 and 57. That's fine by me. So meaning that for me here, I'm going to try to get into the 57 and the 60 for RIOT for, oh boy, yesterday 16, 17 cents, very liquid for the 61. So I'm going to be offering no more than 20 cents on them. Or I could even offset this one. I would say 20 cents max on the 60 call, and maybe 25 cents for the 57, and see what happens. All right. So on the put side, This is where can we go. So these are going to be much more cheaper, right? These are always the ones that are going to get filled first because the stock is trading in the opposite direction. But now, folks, maybe you have been paying attention. When I first saw RIOT in the pre-market, it was up 10%. Now it's only as literally every minute that's passing by here, that price is coming down, meaning that this is what we were saying, that late in the pre-market, the direction that the stock is moving tell me where they want it to take. So for me here, I'm going to say that when I see this, based on what we have observed on here, I'm going to be thinking that RIOT will reverse here, folks. At some point, it will reverse. So hence, I want to get my hand on as many puts as possible at the cheapest price possible. So what did we have yesterday? The 41, they were at $1 something. That could be too expensive, but that's fine. I'm going to use all three of them. So 41, 37. So let's actually so we can 41, 37. This 37, they're going to become super cheap. So this 37, they will be well within our range. Yeah, they will be well within our range of less than 10, 15 cents, 20 cents, thereabouts. So you can pick 37, 38, and maybe 40 if you would like. I think 41 will be great, but it may be tough to get it. But you have nothing to lose, and you are not restricted to just 3 orders. You can put in as many orders as you want, right? So the whole idea is to get the lines in, and during the first 10, 15 minutes, while they are doing the Wahala, gangster as we are, we take advantage of that, and we get cheap contract. That's how the gangster trade works, folks. All right. Hopefully you got something out of it. Which stock did I talk about? Oh, man. Yeah. BHC. BHC is a stock that has been, look at the chart of BHC, folks. You see what I'm talking about. It has been just one direction. Actually, let's get out of here. Let's see its options. They are liquid. They are liquid. So starting at 32 right now, 32.50. Yeah, these are the type of trade that's, my friend, you want to go for 5 cents. Yeah, literally 5 cents. In terms of your bid offer on the Nasdaq. So it's up $2 on here. So the ATR for this, you can use $2-3, and it's a long day. Yeah, a stock starting Friday at 7%. I love those. I love those, and especially if now I show you the chart, the daily chart of it, and you're going to see how stretched. I mean, it has been doing it nicely. It hasn't been like bad or anything bad in terms of being far away from its upper Bollinger. But let's see on here. That was actually the chart that's I think the last chart. Yeah, look at it here. It's just over the last 3 days did it really attack the upper Bollinger. So, and this morning we're starting at 32, meaning it's going to be way out of it, but has been a nice run on here. So the reason for this is that Mr. Did I say Ekan? Oh yeah. The investor, he declared on SEC, when you buy as an investor, you are holding a live position more than 10%, or I don't know what the percentage is, of any publicly traded company. You need to do a filing within 3 months of making that purchase. So that's, I mean, most likely somebody knew about this from the get-go, because this stock has just been on a tear since 2021, going from $20 now to 30, and printing $32 this morning. We have traded this around earnings. We are familiar with this one. So that's what we had in store for you today. If I forgot something, I mean, there's so many opportunities. I kid you not. We're just going to try to take them one at a time. Thank you, everybody, for coming. There is no trade on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your rest, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.